Let us wait for another 5 minutes for other participants to join. We'll start our webinar at 11 a.m.
Sir, please check the settings. I think everyone is on all mute.
Yes, people, I have enabled the mic. So the participants, whenever they have a query, they can unmute and ask. But please, I will request all the participants to keep your mic on mute whenever I am just discussing anything to avoid any disturbance during the webinar.
Done, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So we are left with only 2 minutes for this exciting webinar on advanced Excel using ChatGPT. Just wait for another 2 minutes and we will start our webinar.
र स्थिरता दुवै छ। त्यही कारणले आज उहाँहरू यो उचाइमा हुनुहुन्छ। यो
बाबा ल्यापटप तर स्पिड गइ पर्थ्यो।
Good morning, everyone. I think it's
Morning, Mehul.
time
Morning.
to start
Good morning, Mehul.
the session.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
I hope you all are very excited for this webinar on advanced Excel using ChatGPT. I will welcome all of you to this exciting webinar on advanced Excel using ChatGPT. Let's do not waste time to discuss the further things. I will directly jump to the content. Let us see what we are going to cover in this webinar.
Mehul, can you unmute yourself? You are on mute.
Yeah, thank you. So during this workshop, we are going to, during this webinar, we are going to cover automating tasks using ChatGPT. So I will show you some of the examples how you can streamline your repetitive tasks and save your time, and that time can be invested in more important tasks. Other than this, we are also going to see how you can enhance your data analysis, how you can create visuals, how you can format the visuals by taking help of ChatGPT, and you can complete your task in a flick of your eye. Also, you can like boost your productivity by using ChatGPT or AI tools that can be integrated with the Excel, and it will be helpful to you. And we'll also see some of the practical applications of ChatGPT in Excel. So this is what content we are going to cover in this webinar. Now let us see what is automating tasks. So we often listen that I want to automate my task, and we also think like to automate the tasks which help you to get more productivity. So let us understand first what is automating task.
Kindly unmute your mic, sir.
I think let me just minimize this screen. Okay. So whenever we want to automating our task, that means we are using a technology to perform our routine tasks. For that, we do not require any kind of human intervention to perform the repetitive tasks, and the technology repeats that task time to time with that specific accuracy and the rules which we have defined. That is basically the automating the task. We are using different, just wait, the window is getting activated. Okay. So basically, when we want to automate the task, we focus on the more important tasks or the work which are taking a more time, which is a very repetitive task in our day-to-day exercise. We are working on that, and we can automate that task, which can reduce our errors and also help us to improve our efficiency and productivity, and which saves our time so we can focus on our important or tasks which can be help us to grow our business, grow our career and all. When you want to automate your tasks, there are a different, you can say the various benefits of automating your tasks. By automating your tasks, you can save your time. We can also like have a error reduction in our data. So let's say we are working on some data on a day-to-day basis where we have a lots of human touch points and intervention. So there will be a much chances of having an error for the data cleaning or creating reports and having any of the tasks. So by automating that, we can have a reduction in the errors. We developed a consistency by automating the tasks. So when we are automating the tasks, we define all the rules and regulations, all the flows. We define what type of actual output we want, and as it is getting executed by the Excel or AI tool, there will be a consistency in your output. Other than this, it will increase your productivity. So as your task will be performed very quickly in a flick of your eye, so obviously it will help you to increase your productivity. Other than this, like it is a cost effective solutions, like AI tool give you a many ways to complete your task or automate your task. So and you do not require to handsome amount to be spent to automate the task. Again, scalability. So you can use this like AI tools to automate your tasks from small data to a larger data. So the scalability which you can use by using this AI tool, that is a very useful in your day-to-day life. Other than this, you can have a data integrity by using the AI tools, and by automating tasks, you have a limited human intervention in your data, which will again like reduce the touch point of human in your data, the data which you can automate by using a different AI tool like ChatGPT. Now, whenever I would like all participants to please keep your mic on a mute. I will request my team members to please keep all the participants on the mute mode.
All right, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Now, whenever you want to automate your tasks, you should follow some roadmap or a process which will help you to optimize that automation, to sustain that automation. So let us see how you can automate your tasks and what will be the roadmap to automate the tasks. So whenever you want to automate your tasks, the first step which you need to perform is identify the number of tasks which you want to automate or which you think that you should automate. List down all the tasks in your note, and then you try to map each and every steps of that process or a task, so you can have an idea of how you can automate the task. Once you map all the steps or processes which you want to automate, then you define what exactly output you want to achieve by that automating the task. Once you are clear with your goal, design a flow how you are going to automate that, when that automation will execute. So you define each and every parameter of automating the task, then define the rule. Define the rule in the sense you define when that automation will run, how it will be run. In a situation when there is an error, what will be the response from that automation. So you will define all the rules and regulations before automating your task. Once you done with all these things, execute your AI tool to test and take a trials of automation. If you are getting any kind of error, you have to improve over the flow. So you have to repeat the same task of designing the workflow, designing the rules and definitions, and again take a trial and test this. Once you are satisfied with the output, implement it with your data within one of the process. Once it is okay, you roll out your automation, keep monitoring how it is working, whether it is generating any kind of error or not on a time to time basis. Based on the monitoring, you keep taking reviews and feedbacks from the user, so you can have a better idea what further you can automate or how you can optimize your automation. So this is basically the cycle of automating tasks. Once you reach to the review and feedback, you will have an idea what further you can go for the automation. Again, you have to define your task which you want to again automate or optimize, and follow the same process over a period of time, which will help you to strengthen your task which you are automating. Now, let's say you want to automate your task in Excel. So you might have a different options available to automate your task. Like you might aware about Excel macros which help you to record the macros and repeat that task on a single click. Another way is a Power Query editor. So it is again like a facility from Microsoft by which you can automate your task. Microsoft Flow, which is like you can say the recently in the past few years, it has a very good impact in the industry, and industries are using Microsoft Flow to automate their tasks. Other than this, there are a different add-ins available in the market by which you can automate your tasks, like ASAP utilities, which can be added to the Excel as an add-on, and you can utilize or manage your tasks. The new, you can say the tool which is launched by Microsoft is Office Script, which is available in Microsoft 365 right now. It is again an extended version of Excel macro, so by which also you can automate your tasks. And again, Python, which can be directly connected to the Excel, and you can automate your tasks. But by all this way, if you want to automate your tasks, you need to have a special skill. Without knowing Excel macro or coding, you cannot do your tasks on an automate mode. Of course, you can record the macro for a simple task, but if there is any complex task, direct recording of macro cannot help. For that, you need to learn a macro, which is again a very complex, you can say, the coding language. Again, Office Script and Python, you need a special skill. So now, again, you want to automate your tasks. So what is the option available with you? So now we have an AI tool called ChatGPT, which can be integrated with Excel. We can take a help of ChatGPT to automate our task. Plus, it is not limited to automate the task using ChatGPT. We can also have our problem solved with a ChatGPT as well. Now, as we are talking about the ChatGPT, let us have a quick tour to the ChatGPT, and then we will move to the Excel and ChatGPT screen, and we will perform some of the examples of how we can utilize ChatGPT in Excel. So now when we talk about the ChatGPT, so ChatGPT is basically an AI tool which gives us or understand our inputs and resulted into the text based, you can say the output. It suggests some output, it give you the result, it give output and explain your output as well. So this ChatGPT is a very powerful tool. So if you ask ChatGPT to explain something, so it will give you a very brief description about the topic you are asking for. Even if you are asking any formula to ChatGPT, ChatGPT will give you the formula along with the description how it is to be implemented in the Excel. It is also giving us a description of each and every argument of Excel or a Power BI formulas or any other content. So it is a very powerful tool. How ChatGPT works? ChatGPT काम कैसे करता है? So to work with the ChatGPT, we have to provide some inputs, which is basically termed as a prompt. So we have to explain ChatGPT what we want to get output from it. ChatGPT will understand our requirement and will result whatever we are looking for. And it is more important to provide a very specific input if you want a very specific output. Otherwise, ChatGPT will give you a generic output which is belongs to that particular topic. We are going to see how you are supposed to give the prompt or inputs to the ChatGPT so you can have a better output. So now let's jump into the ChatGPT and we will execute some of the examples using ChatGPT and Excel. So first example, let's say I want to generate some content from ChatGPT and my requirement is I want to generate a table in which I should have information that different charts available in the Excel, what is the purpose of use of that particular graphs, and typically on which axis what type of data should be on the graph. So let me ask ChatGPT for that and let's see what ChatGPT gives us the answer. So I'm just closing this presentation and moving to the ChatGPT screen. So to open the ChatGPT, you have to browse any of the browser. You can use ChatGPT on Google Chrome or a Microsoft Edge. Go to the URL search bar, type ChatGPT. It will open a URL called chatgpt.com. You may see the screen, try ChatGPT if you are not logged in into the ChatGPT environment. If you click on the try ChatGPT, it will ask you to the sign in. Just sign in with your credential and at the end you will be able to see this screen. Let me just give you a small overview of ChatGPT screen and then we will put a prompt into that. So on the left hand side of the screen, you will see all the prompt which you are providing to the ChatGPT are stored on the left hand side. On the right hand side, we have one field where we can type our prompts or inputs. And as you just click on enter, ChatGPT will give you an answer on that. Along with that, ChatGPT gives some of the ready-made, you can say the prompt available. So you can click on that and ChatGPT will give you a respective output to this. Currently, we have two different versions of ChatGPT available. One is 3.5 and another is 4.0. If you do not have a subscription of ChatGPT, by using a ChatGPT 4.0, you can have a limited access to the content. In a 3.5, you can have you can ask as many prompts as you want by using ChatGPT 3.5. Now let me just paste a prompt to get a list of graph in Excel, its purpose and typical data on X and Y axis. So for that, I'm just copy my prompt. So the prompt is provide a table listing the default visuals available in Microsoft Excel, their purpose of use, when to use them, and typical inputs for the X-axis and Y-axis. Provide me output in a table format which I can copy in Excel. So let me just copy this I move to the ChatGPT screen. In this window, I'm just pasting this. Now you can see I'm giving a very specific input to the ChatGPT. Right? So because I want a very specific output, and at the end, I have also defined that please give a output in a table format which I can copy in the Excel. I am not so I'm just providing this input. Let me just click on enter. So you can see Excel is providing me a output something like this. As earlier, I have given the same prompt to the ChatGPT. ChatGPT is providing me a output in a specific table format. You can just copy this. So select entire view, whatever the content you want to copy. Control C, open your Excel workbook. So I'm opening my Excel workbook. And just paste that input and you will have a tabular information available in Excel. Now you can just format the data however you want to format it and the data is ready to use. Even if you are on a 4.0, you can ask ChatGPT that provide me the CSV file for the same. So it will give you a link to download the CSV file for the same. Let's say I already have a prompt available. So I can just give you an idea how it will result into so let me just ask, provide me with a CSV file to download. I just click enter. It will take some time to convert this data into the CSV format and it will give me a one link by which I can download this. So let us just wait for 5 or 10 seconds and ChatGPT will result with a link. Now it has generated a link to me. You can download the CSV file with the details of default visuals available in Microsoft Excel from below link. Let me just click on this and the file is downloaded. I just open the file and you can see I have a file with all 4 columns, visuals, purpose, when to use, x-axis and y-axis. This is how you can generate a content by using a ChatGPT and providing a ideal prompt to them. Now let us move to the next example. Let's say I have a data which I'm getting like I'm downloading for my server or a website on a daily basis. Now there are so many errors in the data and I'm spending a much of time, let's say 4 or 5 hours on cleaning the data.